Hello. Well, it's Nancy today. I always say that. Hello, it's Nancy today, like my hat. This is the hat of the day, see? Anyway, I don't know why it keeps falling off. Maybe it has to do with where I am. It could be. I've always, I tripped. I tripped on some roots here and I fell on something there. Anyway, but once I'm on the ground in the woods, I always take the opportunity to inspect the view. I mean, look at this. When do you see this view? Are you going to get down on the ground so that you could see this view? No, look at the beautiful snow and everything. Wow, it's really pretty. We had almost no snow. I guess some of you are in for a big storm, aren't you? A nor'easter. What's his name? Quinn? Quinn, that's pretty far through the alphabet. What letter is Quinn? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, Q. Okay, so that was how many? Okay, we'll do it again. I'll keep score on this hand with how many hands. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. What are we doing? What the heck am I counting for? I'm not the person that counts. Whatever. Okay, so there's the snow. Look, it's getting thicker. I'm sure that it's thicker than it was when I fell. You know why I fell? Because a chickadee was in the tree above me. And he got closer and dropped down closer and closer. And he just was like right there, like a foot from my face or from my head. And then I realized I was tense. And that he might fly away if he felt my tension. So I needed to relax and just become a piece of furniture, right? Just relax. So he wouldn't notice that I was tense and he wouldn't fly away. But what's he going to do with me anyway? Like come and visit? Like jump on me and tell me what his day was like? The only purpose he has in getting near me is to get a sunflower seed. And if I haven't got a sunflower seed, well, there's really no relationship there. Really. It's all in your head, Nancy. Which is now on this nice ground. I wonder if I'm getting snowed on. My washing machine broke. And so this is the coat I wore when I brought home 85 Christmas trees. I pulled them out of snowbanks and off the slushy edges of the road, and I stacked them all up and brought them home in my trailer. Isn't that amazing? That was like my first big effort since I got my mojo back. I don't know. It's like I had... Anyway, but now I'm on the move again, as you can see by where I'm lying. I have a nice little pillow here. You see my pillow? Maybe can you see it from there? It's a stick, and it has a bit of bounce to it. You see that? Yeah, so I can bounce my head. I mean, it's not every day that you get to lie on the floor or the forest floor and bounce your head on a stick, is it? See, and the stick is connected, which is why it bounces. Well, Dina, I know this is the most amazing hat in the world, but there's a problem here. Could you have done something about that? Like I could put a pin there and a snap. I'll put a snap there and then a snap on that. You don't see too many snaps, How often... Maybe I'm just not in the right circle anymore. People are still doing all kinds of things. It's just that you don't know them or you don't hear about them. There used to be this show on television, something about Ontario, and it was people doing interesting things. Like they interviewed a friend of mine who was making an ink. They're a printing business that had no chemicals in it, a chemical-free printing press. Which, of course, it cost a fortune for people to get anything printed there, so who would go to print it there? But anyway, so they ended up leaving or losing the business or something. But anyway, so there's all kinds of ideas. Somebody wanted to do one on me. I don't remember what they would have done on me because I'm all over the place. You know, I don't just do one thing like I'm a basket maker or I'm a soap maker. You know, like I make soap when we need soap. And I make a basket when I need a basket. Or I make a basket in the spring. I use those beautiful brand new willows. Actually, they're last year's old willows. But anyway, I cut them off. So to me, they're brand new. And then I sit and I make a basket. I've started many baskets that I didn't finish. I have many basket bottoms. I can just consider it my supply of basket bottoms for all the baskets that I'm going to make. Except that when I go out in the woods to make a basket, I don't bring a basket bottom along, so I have to make a new basket. Well, I wonder if you could just make the sides of the basket. Well, I guess you could if you stuck them in the ground or snow. You could just stake them, put them in stake all the way around the edge, and then start your weaving. Weaving, in and out, and in and out, in and out, in and out. So you're making a big S all around. My pillow is very nice. Hey, that's a red pine. See that red one there? See that it's more snow than it was before. Oh, and a birch. I really love birch trees. I have decided that since parent trees send necessary carbon, I don't know why carbon is necessary, but anyway, send necessary carbon with their DNA on it to their offspring, no matter where they are. Well, I guess. So, like if I sent you some seeds, my parent plant might not know where that you might have an ocean between it. Okay, let's get back on the subject here. What was the subject? What was I counting about anyway? I was showing you that when you're counting, actually this is what I was showing you, which is why I forgot what I was actually doing. When you count, 5, 10, 15, if you're not able to focus on that, you can keep hold of place by using these spots. Each of these is like you have 10 fingers and 10 toes, but you have 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. So you have 14 places that you can, and if you use the hand itself, that would be 15. So one of these filled up, it's like an abacus, right? When you're tallying, do they still tally? Do people teach people to tally, or is it just something you figure out? How do we get culturally assimilated anyway? I guess we just have to get out there and live in that big world. Do things like go to work. I don't think I need to know how to tally. Get it? And I'm stuck. Oh no, I'm stuck. My coat is stuck. There, I have to roll on my side. Good thing it's a good pillow. I have to ascertain if I did any damage to my body when I fell on this bit of a stump there. Where is it? Why can't you see it? There it is. I just can't see everything you're looking at. And you can't see everything I'm looking at. Now look what I'm looking at. Looking at that right there. See now, here we have a branch that the bark is stripped off. So this branch was dead for a long time. These branches also are dead. Anyway, kind of interesting. Look at how the little snow are, all the little pieces of snow. A piece of snow. Look, all the pieces of snow falling. Oh my gosh, somebody tipped over the cloud. I think it's so cool that when you ride through the clouds in an airplane, my pillow is not in perfect position anymore. Good thing I wore these many layers. I have 2 blouses and 2 skirts on, and my winter parka. There, you get to look at the clouds while I fix my hat. Thank you for my hat, Tina. It's my favorite one. I couldn't find it. I was wearing the other ones, my beautiful green ones. But then I found it. Okay, now we're ready. Except I think I'm stuck again. I'm caught. They just don't make the ground like they used to. I slept on the ground once in Arizona. I was going down the Grand Canyon. Hey, you know what? I really like reminiscing and talking about stories of all these things I've done. But my kids, well, it's not so interesting to them, and my daughter would rather not have me wax, what is the word? Wax nostalgic while we're hanging out. So, but I can wax nostalgic with you. So anyway, I was in the desert in Arizona once. This isn't what I was going to talk about. I was going to tell you about the Grand Canyon. But in the desert, you can't lie on the ground because every plant that grows, as far as I could tell, maybe I'm wrong, is a cactus. And anything that's on the ground would have fallen off of a cactus. And you know that anything that fell off a cactus is probably not something you want to lay on. I mean, just I wouldn't. I don't know how you are with things like that. You may be even more socialized than me. You may even think it's strange to get down on the ground. But see, I didn't get down here. Nope. This happened. I am a victim. Yes, I could be a victim. Oh no, if it wasn't for that branch, which was there because the hydro people cut off all the trees. Ha, I could sue the hydro people. Or I could just be angry at them forever and tell everybody that, oh, this happened because of that. But I could take responsibility and I could just not be a victim and say, I put my foot there and I wasn't looking perfectly enough and I was moving too fast for where I was looking and I tripped. And I fell, this little bit of a tree, I fell up my hip. Just down from where my operation was. It'd be that far down. But I just laid here. I think sometimes when you fall, if you just lay there, just relax and stretch out like you're in bed and just feel what hurts and where everything, what's happening, what's going on. I thought that was good. And then I would know what was caused by what because I could feel it. You know, I think that this snow might be making my back cold. We could see how my hat is helping keep the snow off my head. Dina will have to talk. Could have hooks where you hook it to your ear. Or you have a little string underneath so that you can hook it to your ear and then it'll only go a little bit. Hey, I found out how to fix all my knee socks. You know, I've been making knee socks for a few years. Hey, what stings? Why would I have something sting the back of my hand? I didn't touch anything. Oh, yes, I did. Never mind. It was this little tiny piece right here. That got me. Every time I eat anything with milk in it, I get this postnatal drip, and it lasts now forever. And I just cough. That kind of cough, which is... Anyway. I like the way this makes a pattern. You see how those branches are all coming out from the tree? Sometimes I like looking at patterns. I like counting things too. Do you count things? Like, I don't count everything. I don't count compulsively, but when I'm doing something or looking at something interesting, I always count it all. I don't know. I have this friend, and when she tells me something, she can't just tell me, like, say, she found out that cinnamon is good for your sugar metabolism. Okay, say that. So she wants to tell me that. So instead of telling me that, she'll say, like, and then she'll give me the year and the place, and then she'll tell me about this person, and she'll introduce his name, and then she'll tell me where he's from and what he is into and what sort of things he studies. And then after this long dissertation about setting the scene, she'll tell me whatever, and in the end she'll tell me this little fact. Isn't it nice that I let everyone in my world just jump to the fact? I like that. But I don't know why she does that. I don't understand how her mind works, that maybe she's writing. And when you write, you fill in the facts. You know, like when I'm a writer, right? I hang out in the woods and I write about it. Or I used to. And as a writer, you think of who, what, when, where, why, and how much. Those are the journalism things. You know, if you're going to write an article, those things you got to cover. but also in the woods, hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, feeling. Those are the ones that you